is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well. Liverpool FC.
My idea was to go Liverpool into
I like
it. Thank you. Respect. The thing is, was our performance 1-0 bad today? Like, I don't feel like our performance today deserved the result. Like, I feel like...
What results did it deserve, bro?
I feel like...
0-0 draw?
If it... At least...
Yeah.
What did you say, JJ?
I'm with Sam on this one. The result is poor. We played poor. At home, we had one shot on target.
Yeah, but there's two teams. Yeah, but there's two teams. Yeah, but there's two teams in a football match. Yeah, and if the other team are doing what Brighton, West Brom, Newcastle do, it makes it difficult for us. Like, it was frustrating me that they're saying Liverpool, samey, didn't change it up. Change up how? Are we going to all of a sudden go out and purchase 7 or 8 6-foot players so we could toss it in the box and compete with these guys?
No, Slim. You're giving us too much credit. Like, at the end of the day, we've been through this 4 or 5 times now this season, and we've not changed and adapted to be able to beat these type of teams.
Okay,
so
but you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. How do you change? How do you change and adapt to beat these teams? Other than if you can't beat them, join them.
You play quick, slip passing football in and around them, in and around their feet.
Okay,
and we didn't do that at all.
Point taken. But did their setup allow for us to do that?
It's not about their setup. It's about what we do to impose ours.
But this is what I'm saying. This is the thing I don't like about football fans. Are we that arrogant that we believe that whatever we do should beat every single fucking team?
We should.
No. But what we should be able to do is at least create chances to be in a position to win a game. And we were never in that position today.
And I understand that. But what I'm saying to you is, doesn't that go down to partly the opposition and how they set up?
Yeah, Slim. I see what you're saying, but I think sometimes you just look at like facts, evidence. You want to call it statistics, not even possession, blah blah blah. Just simple results. We've struggled against 5 or 6 bottom teams. We've beaten others. That means teams that come to really sit back and defend.
Exactly.
We're struggling, and we're one of the only ones. The top teams doing it. We played teams like this last year. We played teams like this for 4 years, 3 years, and we haven't lost.
Okay.
We've won most of our games.
Great
it's an
point.
issue at the moment. It's an issue.
Great point. Great point there. Great point that you make, Paul. Yeah, people, man. You know me. It's your boy Slim. Back at it as always, man. We're straight in it, man, because there's just too much to get off the chest. Man, like JJ came back in the building. You know what I'm saying? He enjoyed it so much. What's happening, my G? And of course, Professor Paul there, and my guy, right hand man, engineer Sam. What's happening? Listen.
Can you tell Professor Paul that he's so smart we can't see his face on screen and he needs to move his camera?
Yeah, sit up a bit, mate. Stop slouching. You know what I mean?
It's a bit,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But listen, great point. We've been beating teams like this for 3 years. It's only a matter of time before they work out a way of playing against us to make it difficult for us. That's the point I'm making to you.
No, but that's wrong because they haven't just worked it out. People have been playing that from time, whatever it's called, the Latin bit. I can't think of it right now. You come and defend for your lives at teams like Liverpool and City and that. Usually we open them. Where it used to be the crosses. The crosses haven't been working because the strikers have been on the flat foot and Trent and Robbo haven't been at their since they'd best.
Okay, but listen, hold on. I don't want to talk about us as a whole. I want to talk about this specific game. You're saying about crosses.
This game is just the same thing as before.
No, okay, but what I'm saying is, you said about crosses. You said about Trent and Robbo. What kind of cross from the Trent and Robertson would have resulted in a goal today?
One that bounces in front of the defenders. It was what they call it, corridor of uncertainty. Mm-hmm. And strikers who are on their toes and lively. It is what it is. I mean, Sam,
okay,
a few months ago, there's no fans.
Yeah, no. Please don't deviate.
What I'm saying, I've got no solution for you. I've literally got no solution for you.
What I'm trying to explain to you is, that kind of cross wouldn't have worked today. We don't play with an out-and-out number 9 for starters. Yeah, the guys that were playing up front were split strikers, so they don't play through the middle per se anyway. Yeah, second of all, Brighton made it very difficult to get down the sides, and they bet on themselves to get balls in. When balls did get whipped in from the side, was it only me that watched the game and saw people putting their bollocks on the line, bro? I saw man slide. Bro, that kind of defending, yeah, sometimes you have to take your hat off and be like...
All right, let me go another way, and then I'll let the other two come in, yeah? Wait, hold on, Sam. We started the game near enough the same team that played against West Ham. Mm-hmm. The only difference was Firmino were in for Origi. Mm-hmm. Against West Ham, we played a diamond. And it was decent. I mean, Shaqiri was central. Remember, he's not a fast chap. Not a fast chap. When you're slow and you're playing on your good side, so Shaqiri was on the left wing today, he's not dribbling down the wing. He's not Ryan Giggs. He's not Leroy Sané. Most modern forwards, especially if they're not, super fast or maybe even super skillful, you play on the weak side of you, so you can cut in on the good side, shoot, create, etc., etc. So that formation change, it was a half wasted. 45 minutes wasted. We might as well say we were playing with 10 men. Second half, I thought, okay, let's go diamond. He put Shaqiri on the right. It still didn't work because Shaqiri was just knocking it inside. And the sub he made on Sunday was Milner for Jones, and it injected some impetus. He changed it and went very left field for me. That's me for this segment. Sam?
What I was going to say is I disagree with you on the whole aspect of putting crosses in. You don't beat a team like Brighton by putting the perfect cross in for even skimming it across the 6-yard box because they're very rarely turned because they're so deep. Yeah, we had to beat them by playing through them. Yeah, and that means short, sharp passing, 2-touch, 1-2s, and we didn't do any of that. And I don't think the crosses was the answer today, man.
I don't think they were the crosses the answer. But what you're saying to me, yeah, short, sharp passes, yeah, and playing through them. Brighton did not want us to come through the middle. Anytime anything went through the middle, there was 2-3 men around the ball, bro. Listen, I understand, yeah, that as Liverpool fans, yeah, and the standards we set past seasons, yeah, this game, we're frustrated. But I just don't think this needs to be, like, the commentators were annoying me. Liverpool need to change it up, blah, blah, blah. You have to look at what Brighton were doing to stop us from playing the game that we like to play, the beautiful football. If you want to know my honest opinion, what Brighton did today is anti-football. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just anti-football for me. The way they just got 11 men behind the ball.
Nah, shall I tell you what it wasn't? Because
go on, Sam.
Nah, I would say if this was the first time this season, I would agree on you with this, but it hasn't been the first time. This has happened numerous times throughout the whole season. So obviously we need to look at this and change it. We know how Brighton are going to come and play. So why has Klopp gone to the same system as that game looked like how we played against Sheffield United, all the teams that we lost. It looked the same. Burnley. It looked flat. And I understand why hasn't he changed it. And what you're saying would be right if it was the first time this happened this season, but it hasn't.
Okay, but my point is that if teams are going to replicate what other teams done, of course it's not going to be the first time. But again, everybody's saying change it, but nobody has any solutions. I'm not saying your solutions are correct. I'm not saying your solutions are wrong. But usually we'll sit here and we'll be like, this person should have started. That person should have gone here. Rare tear. Where's your solutions?
Well, I think you guys, or maybe Sam, got me misconstrued there. I wasn't saying we should have whipped it in and stuff. I'm saying that's what we're used to. And it's been shown time and time again that if those boys are not on total fire, and we have scored goals against low block teams before with crosses, not saying we should, but that we have scored them before, we have to mix it up. And we haven't been capable. And maybe it's done. Sam mentioned this a few months ago. It's not a secret. Media have. We need the fans. And at home, when it's not going well and you need a little push, you need the cops to suck it in sometimes. It is what it is. Like, I'm not sure. That's what I was saying about Salute, because I know they will be trying. You got Thiago in the team now. Thiago was playing little balls here and there to satisfy Sam's sort of idea there. Didn't work out. We're just not playing well at Anfield. We're not playing well at Anfield. In fact, Trent has been contradict myself. Trent has been playing well again. Now, was his crosses that great today? I know saying, we should score him, but were they sort of dangerous where they had to head it out for corners? Not really. We didn't do anything. There was no quality in our football today, and it's a slight issue at Anfield. Maybe it's a confidence thing.
I just feel it's very arrogant to say it's all Liverpool. Like we need to do. That's just my.
You know
opinion.
why we're arrogant? Because we set records that we might tell our grandchildren. We had the greatest start to a football season in top flight European football history. Since records were worth taking note of.
You're talking last season, yeah?
Exactly, yeah. So I'm only going off what happened. I'm not saying, I'm just going off what happened. I'm just going off our records, how we usually play. It's not arrogance. It's just kind of common sense. Bookies have his favourite. Trent's a baller. Firmino's a baller. I'm just sitting there watching. It's not working out. We've spoken. It's so many different things. COVID, blah blah blah. We're just not playing well.
In your opinion, Sam, where do you see the problems, and where do you see a solution?
I thought we turned the corner, and maybe we actually have turned the corner away from home. Maybe this is a bigger problem than we actually see at the moment. We've failed to score in the last 4 home games, is it?
I thought it was just the last 2 since December. Since December, was it like the beginning of December, 7th or something like that?
So what, we've had a 1-1, we've had a 0-0 and 2 1-0 losses.
It's enough anyway. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a long time anyway.
I don't know, man. I just feel like the issue we're having at home, we're only going to have against teams that don't really want to come and play. But we should be used to it and be able to deal with teams with a low block. It's not even embarrassing anymore. It's really concerning that we don't seem to have the ideas or the application. And that's a really big thing. If we had the ideas and they weren't coming off, cool. But we don't seem to have the ideas about how to beat a team that's got a low block against us. And it's not arrogance. It's the fact that we are the champions and we should be able to work out these problems. But we seemingly can't. Away from home, where teams are committing a little bit more to us, we've got the ability to have that space on the break, which is cool, and that works for us. Tottenham and West Ham were teams that are good to play against. Yeah, they're good to play against. I rate the performance probably more against Spurs because they're a little bit more defensive under Jose, but I still feel like those are 2 good performances which would have allowed us to turn the corner. Right now, I don't want to play at home. And that's horrible. That's horrible. Man City will be a different game completely because they're going to come out. But against teams that really know they can snatch something against us, we're going to have problems. And we're going to lose more games at this time.
I mean, that goal, man, wow. It wasn't even like it was a well-worked goal from Brighton. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, he nodded it back at the back post. But I just thought it was like a calamity. Like, came off Phillips, off the whatever the guy is, off of Tussard, then back up. Like, JJ, yourself, you see where the problem can be fixed?
I see the problem. I think we were missing money a lot because I think what we were doing when we played just Salah and we play like Salah, Shaqiri, Firmino, Mane usually holds up the other touchline, which means we kind of spread the defense a bit more, where now it was a bit predictable. We're always going down Salah's wing, which means they focus on that, where I feel like if we are going to play the 3, he needs to tell maybe Origi. That's why I think Origi is a bit better for a team like that, because he does hold up the touchline a bit more, and that does widen up the pitch a bit more, which means we can play middles through the middle, which I thought was a problem today. And I think it's been quite a big problem recently, where we've been focusing on one side of the wing instead of both.
I see that now. I'm getting what I want to hit. That I can understand. I did watch that game and think everything's on Salah, and they're just shutting Salah out. Like, there's no other threat other than Salah. Players looking up,
basically looking for Salah to score a world.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're looking up for Salah, and he's outnumbered. So that I would agree with. Origi, man. I don't know, man.
Yo, Slim. Like, there's a few, like, I'm not gonna, no one's perfect. Klopp has made a couple of decisions this season, decisions on the way he wants to treat certain players, or develop players, or use them in his squad or his team, that have baffled me slightly. And again, it's probably repeating, but again, Shaqiri today, we've been begging for him to get in the team as a sub, whatever. I think he sort of got himself in that 4-3-3 position, and that's sort of like on the right hand side deep, trying to probe. And then finally, he played centrally on was it Sunday against West Ham or Saturday? Sunday, was it?
Sunday.
And he wasn't amazing, but he at least was involved. We seemed more fluid because he's in, if he gets it centrally, he's going to knock it here, he's going to knock it there. He's got good technique, isn't he? To see him left wing today, that is such a big bugbear of mine, to see kind of slowish players playing on their side, and it was such a waste of time. Such a waste of time.
I'll be honest with you, Paul. I was surprised that we didn't go with the straight diamond. He actually went with a 4-3-3. I was surprised that we didn't go with the diamond, because the diamond was successful on Sunday, and I think it gives the opposition something else to think about, especially without Mane involved. Do you know what I'm saying? But to go back to what JJ was saying about making the pitch wider, I thought that's what he tried to do, but I guess the personnel was definitely incorrect. I mean, the personnel.
You're better off playing. I've forgotten that he's been so out of favour and injured. I no disrespect to our Greek fans. Is it Kontastinas? What's the
Tsimikas, yeah.
Tsimikas. Yeah, that's pretty simple actually. You're better off playing him. You're better off if you're going to do. You're better off playing someone with a bit of. If just what you want to do, because you're not just. Are you saying you want Shaqiri on the pitch because he's Shaqiri, or are you saying you want balance? Because Shaqiri is just not a left winger, so you should have played the Greek lad so he can bomb on and show pace. There was one point actually when Milner had the ball and Shaqiri was just ahead of him, and Milner ignored him. I don't know if you guys remember. Then he whipped. He sort of knocked in a left-footed cross, and I thought to myself, right, you just kicked with your left foot when you've got one of the best left-footed players in the world next to you. And I wasn't sure because he thought maybe he's not going to get on the end of it because he's not fast enough. That just shows disjointment. Disjointed, that's not a word. Disjointed. Because you played as a team just the other day in a completely different situation, a different formation. Why we changed it today? Klopp's giving me so much. Champions League. He's giving me a team. Sometimes I don't care about. Sam knows me. I just want my team to have an identity, play good football, and every time I watch a game, I think we can win. That's what I want as a fan. But at the moment, Klopp is doing things where I can't second guess him.
JJ, obviously, transfer window is hectic, like we said in the preview show. We've got in 2 defenders. Do you think one of them should have started today?
I already said the defense is not a problem. I don't think.
I know the defense isn't the problem, but had Phillips started alongside, say, Davis, that would have allowed Henderson to move forward into midfield. This is my point.
Yeah, but I feel like we shouldn't have started him. I feel like it's been too soon. And then even if we did lose, we'd blame Klopp and saying, why did you bring someone in so soon? You've only had 24 hours of training. So I think we should have just kept it how it was against West Ham.
Fair enough.
Would Henderson have made a bigger difference?
Let me just back up JJ there. That's exactly what I thought. I've said it in our WhatsApp group as well. This sort of centre-back issue has been like some sort of mad Jedi mind trick that's worked against us. It's been like a distraction. Like, all this while we've been begging for centre-backs, we hardly concede. Okay, because, we concede here and there because obviously we've lost games, but they're 1-0. We used to win games 5-1. We need to be focusing on playing against teams with a low block. And trust me, managers hear this stuff. Like, social media's changed the whole thing. Social media, everyone should be talking about how we can't break teams down. Forget about Phillips and Williams, Henderson, Fabinho, whoever. We've got tons of midfielders. It's a mentality. We have the talent. They need to bring it out, bring some flair out, and push towards opening teams up. And forget about the centre-back issue for a little bit.
I don't know, man. It's just disappointing. Mo Salah had that early chance in the first half. He should have buried that, really, shouldn't he? Man of his caliber.
Anfield, maybe? Anfield effect.
I don't think we can call the Anfield effect on that chance. It was just pretty early in the game. And he just got too good a connection. The run was perfect. It's kind of his side as well to open his body.
Yeah, you're just expecting him to open his body up and whip that far corner, man. Nestle in the net, man. 1-0, and then it's a whole different game. I said on the preview show, I kind of sort of dismissed the Brighton game, and I said if we go to the City game and we lose, it's the league over. But kind of feeling that way after this result, man. I mean, City have got
league's done.
Do you know
2
what's
games in hand.
Do you know what's Slim? I actually feel like I can watch the City game on Sunday, completely relax and just enjoy a spectacle, because I know now that the league's done. And so I can just watch a nice game of football and actually just enjoy it. There's no stress or no pressure on it at all.
Yeah.
It's done. We can just enjoy the rest of the season now, because we're not going to retain the title. Let's be honest. We can give it a go in the Champions League and just make sure we finish in the top 4. And for me, that's just like simple pleasures now. I can't, the stress of it and the lack of enjoyment I've had of the season so far, for me now I'm just going to enjoy every good game of football I see, because I can't engage with it emotionally anymore when I'm not getting nothing back right now, and I'm not getting no energy from the atmosphere, from how the games are. It's just not been an enjoyable season. And so, roll on Sunday as far as I'm concerned. I'm good to go. I'm going to watch a good game, and that'll be that, man.
Tough one to take, man. I mean, had it been a draw today, I think I would have still been upset, but I'd have still had a little bit of hope, man. It's just a defeat, man. And
or even if we lost 10-9, Slim.
Yeah.
It's the goals thing, because we are all, look at us, man. Like, I've usually got ideas coming out my ass, like some armchair Jose, but no, because I can see now it's not tactics. It must be a mentality thing. Okay, today there was some weird tactics, but it's a mentality thing. Like, knock the ball, knock it, play around each other, play football.
But Paul, we did that in the last game, so it can't be mentality.
Then
that's our mentality changes when we're at home.
Yes, it has to be.
But why? Why
change to what though? What mentality do we have at home?
So these are millionaires as well. So you got sports psychologists, blah blah blah. Maybe the ritual of coming to Anfield and the coach with the fans, whatever your sort of what visualization techniques you have, involves the fans. Maybe it's that secondary, that sort of thing that's in the back of your head you're used to. Like when you're scared of your dad's going to beat you or something. Do you know what I mean? Like it's something like that you're used to, that's reflex and natural and cosmic, that comes from our fans or comes from your family or comes from any single situation. We haven't got anymore.
Professor, you're back. Whatever that shit was, it sounded good, bro. Big up.
Gobbledygook.
It's just, I feel like it's just too easy to be blaming the whole COVID, no fans.
Slim,
I'd rather do that, Slim.
I absolutely think it is not, because I said it ages ago. I'm talking like before the end of last season, and none of you don't believe me. And I was like, we need to be careful, because that's when we had that arrogance, because we were so good. And I thought to myself, Sam, I did believe you. The emotional intensity we have and we draw from the fans is bigger than any team in the world. And I knew we were going to suffer. I didn't think we'd suffer as bad as this, right? But I really feel like it's had a major, major effect. It's not an excuse. It's not even a reason. I just feel like it's a fact. And that's why I've disengaged with it a little bit, because I'm not as intense as a fan anymore. You know what I mean? However much the players must be feeling it, because they draw off that literally energy every single week. And you can see it. And it's drained out of them, and it's a massive, massive, massive effort. Doubly so when you're playing against teams that have a little bit more confidence, because they're coming to not Anfield, the scariest ground in the country, just an empty Anfield. And then they're bringing 10 men behind the ball, and they're thinking to themselves, we can actually get something here. It's a duplication of effort, so the players just can't produce at the moment. And if you look at stage results, everyone was an away win. Again, throughout the whole season, there's been, I think it's 60% away wins.
More away wins.
It's never happened. Yeah. It's never happened. It's a massive, massive factor. And so for us, that's the team that's traditionally and has been the strongest at home for the last 3 years, of course we're going to feel that effect more than anyone else. And it's clear to see now. So we've got to kind of prepare ourselves mentally for the fact that we are probably going to lose a couple more games at home, and put as much as we can into getting as much points as possible when we're going to other people's grounds.
Wow.
That's what it is.
We went 60 plus games unbeaten, yeah. Years at Anfield unbeaten, and now all of a sudden the fortress has crumbled.
You know what, Slim? There could be a chance that it can still switch. Well, a chance. It can still be a chance that it could switch like a flick of the switch in a second, because we were struggling away from home as well. It was the same deal. It wasn't just Anfield. It was away, and that opened up for us. And Tottenham, in fact, my God, that's our home team. That's pussy. Do you know what I mean? They didn't come out. They were low block anyway, even though they were at home. So, if we can beat City, I'm not sure who we've got at Anfield. It might be Champions League after that. I'm not sure. For the next Anfield game, Everton.
No. Is that? Oh, let me just have a look. We have
actually, the Champions League game is
after a league. Yeah, it's supposed to be away. It's going to be home,
but it might be switched.
It's going to be switched to home.
City.
we got City, and then we got Leicester away, and then we got Red Bull. Yeah, then we got Red Bull, and then it's Everton.
So, like you say, City at home, they come to play. We're up for it. We're Liverpool, right? Then we're away at Leicester. Slim stepdads. Who knows what happens there? But it'll be an open game. Let's forget about Champions League for a second. Then we've got Everton at home. Everton are not too low blocky. I think they will try and play a little bit. Maybe we can pick up some points.
But these teams might look and say, "Well, why should we play? If we play, Liverpool can play. If we don't play, Liverpool can't play." So they might just decide, "You know what? Fuck it. We're going to low block it, mate."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're Carlo Ancelotti, why would you do anything different? You just say, "Boys, sit in, stay behind the ball, pick your moment."
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know.
It just goes back again.
I don't know. I just feel like it's anti-football, man. It's easy. Every team might as well just play like that. Every team might as well just sit, say, "Yeah, you have the ball." It's not what I want to see.
Slim, to be fair,
the onus is on us as the home team.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Okay,
cool. It's not even just about Liverpool.
Fuck it then. Let's us go away from home and play low block then. Fuck it.
Yeah, but we're trying to win games.
We're trying to win the league. There's a difference.
I don't know. I'll be honest.
We've done the same to Man City, but Man City have been able to break them through, and that's the difference between us and Man City this year.
Are our injuries that much of a factor in this not being able to break teams down?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because
why don't you hold on, Paul? Why don't you think so, JJ?
Because I feel like we've still got the possession. It still looks the same. We're just not shooting. We're just not seeming to shoot. And our forward line hasn't really lost injuries. We lost Jota, and that's about it, to be honest. Mane's been injured a few games, and so has Salah. So I don't think it's been. I don't know. We just look flat. We look not hungry anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm on it, so then carry on.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Being hungry.
So, technical difficulties there, man.
That's right.
But engineer Sam's on it in the background, so we'll just crack on.
What JJ's saying about being hungry is true, but also he also said that we're not missing the forward line injuries. I disagree, because you could play shit and win 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, and that could have been Jota. He's missed half the season so far.
Yeah, but we didn't have Jota last year, did we?
Yeah, I agree.
Last year, you've got to look at the games. Last year, we didn't even play that well most games. Look how many games we were winning 1-0. We scored last-minute goals and stuff like that. We're kind of playing the same we're playing this year.
I know, but that's my point.
Yeah, without the last-minute goals. You know what I mean?
That's how the penalty and no one goes and scores it. We're kind of playing the same.
I agree, but I think the person could have been. It's just could have been. He was playing. This is all theoretical, but going on what he done, Jota was playing well. He was scoring goals. Perhaps he could have scored that one goal we needed. That's about it. It's only like hindsight and just hoping it. Because if I can hope that he would have made a difference, then maybe when he comes back, he will.
Yeah, but time he comes back, it's too late.
No, don't give up, JJ. Don't give up because we
the league's
got
done.
Champions League. We need to get.
Do you not think the league's done?
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. You're talking about the league.
League.
Fair enough. But I'm talking about saving our season because the way we play sometimes at home, we look like we could lose every game. So I'm looking now. I'm not just thinking about the league. I'm thinking about our reputation and our Champions League spots and our Champions League run. You feel me, JJ? Like I'm talking about us actually still being a force.
Well, I mean, if we have one shot all game, I don't see us winning no Champions League games, to be honest.
That's the problem. I think JJ's right, man. I think our front line are just not firing. Just not firing. I just feel like whatever it is that they had last season needs to be. I don't know if they need to go and stay in a room together and talk it out or what, but they need to find their mojo back. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, guys. Don't give up too much. Don't give up too much because what you're saying is true. It's not as good as last season, but apart from today, please do remember the last two games we played, West Ham and Tottenham. Mane, Salah, Firmino have all scored goals in those games and have played well. We're talking about really a fluidity from the midfield to them to give them these chances at Anfield. They can't do it all themselves. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about the front line. They're coming back into it, but they need to be supplied a few more bullets than what they were given tonight.
So do you think the midfield needs work?
I think it just needs, you know what it is? I just think our midfield is our most bountiful part of our squad. Do you know what I mean? We've got tons of midfielders. So what I'd like Klopp to do is hustle as hard as possible during games with them. And I thought the substitution he done against West Ham, 54 minutes, Milner, Jones. It was urgent. It worked straight away. Today,
he made that substitution.
Milner played the whole game. And I had a little banter with some of the boys on our WhatsApp group, Leo and Ryan, and they said what my theory was: why is he taking off Wijnaldum and Shaqiri? They've just had an assist in the goal in their last game, and then they replied,
"You've got a real big thing about players who having an assist and stuff in games."
I do. I'll tell you why, because it's like whether you want to call it luck, rhythm, whatever. I'm comparing it to. I'm not saying they should play ahead of everyone. I'm comparing them to who their direct competition is in midfield. So Milner hadn't scored in a while or made an assist, even though he's been playing quite well. I was surprised he stayed on for the 90 minutes and Ronaldo came off, who scored just a couple of days ago. And it could be they were calling me simplistic, but sometimes, that was it. Call it simplistic. I'm not sure why they came off. My first sub would have been Milner for Jones and seen how that gone for 5-6 minutes. And then after that, I would have probably done Oxlade-Chamberlain or Origi for Shaqiri. I would have left Firmino on the pitch.
Man, well, something's got to give because, I mean, I know we're going to do a preview show. Well, do you know what? Are we, Engineer Sam? We're going to do a preview show for City? Yeah, we are. But we have to touch on it. What has to be the personnel and the shape going forward for Sunday's game, man? That we've got to look to that because, I mean, it's not just the league we've got to worry about now. It's top four as well now we need to worry about. So, I mean, we're outside of the top four now. Leicester ahead of us now, yeah?
No, we're still fourth.
Are we still fourth, yeah? Okay, cool. So that's the one thing we've got to worry about, finishing in the top four. So we've got to worry about who would you play, JJ, Sunday?
Hopefully the front three if they're all fit. And then I'd go with, I say we go all out. I say Ginny, Jones and Thiago in midfield. And then I don't know if Fabinho's fit or not. I just think we just go Henderson and Williams as well. The same kind of team to be honest. And then Alisson in goal.
Williams or Phillips?
Phillips.
You go Phillips?
Yeah, Phillips and Henderson. Because we can't put a new centre back in for the City game. I think they'll get torn apart.
What about yourself, Paul?
Yeah, I'll echo JJ with the formation if Mane's fit. I would if Kabak played on Sunday, I doubt he'd play Davis. But if he did play Kabak, because because I said the same. Phillips, it would be quite not arrogant, but Phillips deserves to at least battle Davis for a spot in the bench or the squad. I think surely he's played pretty well, but Kabak is the man. We've scouted him before. He's obviously someone we can think highly of. So if he's fit and I see him on the pitch, then Klopp's happy with what he's seen in training. If he doesn't, I would like to see Fabinho and Henderson, or Henderson and Williams, because it looks like Fabinho's. Where is he? He's obviously injured. And then if Mane's not fit, I will go for the diamond again. Like I call it simplistic, but if we'd won against a good team with a diamond, play it again. Just play it again.
Yeah, this whole thing about Klopp not giving us the full 4-1-1 on people's injuries is a little bit frustrating, if I'm honest. I mean, we're in there was no mention in any pressers or anything about Mane. Okay, he's out for a couple of weeks. He'll be back. Nothing. And I'm like, as the fans, don't we deserve that little bit of a explanation as to where our players are? Do you know what I mean? Not just
really worried, man. Really worried.
Yeah. Fabinho the same as well. I mean, the injuries you've had, I think as fans, we can take it if he's going to be out for a period of time, because, it seems like we're getting used to it this season. But just tell us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Slim, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you play Thiago to get the best out of him?
He's got to play in an 8, innit? He's got to have the least responsibility, I believe. He's got to, if you're going to play a diamond, I'd be tempted almost to play him at the tip of the diamond, just so he doesn't have that responsibility. I mean, he can defend, and I felt like
I think he's better at defending than Ronaldo, to be honest, my point of view.
Whoa.
No, I think he is. If you watch him play and the way he intercepts the ball and tackles the ball and breaks up play, I think he's better at sitting at the 6, and that's where he played for Bayern.
Nah, but for Bayern, he was next to another 6. He wasn't on his ones. I don't.
No, but usually if you watch Bayern, he was the one that sat back and the other 6 pushed up. He then moved in with the centre back. If you watch Bayern play, and I watched
JJ could be right. Because remember if you look at it really nuanced way, Thiago's for me a millimetre away from some of these tackles. Sometimes he's got himself a reputation already as a scallywag. You know what I mean? Referees are blowing up against him when he's won clean tackles.
Yeah, he gets blown against a lot for that.
Yeah, but essentially, I will disagree with you there, JJ. I think Wijnaldum is better in a 6 anyway. I think Wijnaldum's better, and he can burst.
To say
and it could just because he's just come to the country.
I don't think that's right to say that.
And at the moment, anyway, and I'm not saying Thiago's Thiago. Do you know what I mean? But he has just come to the country. Then he got injured.
Yeah, but you can see already he's our best midfielder on the ball. You can see it.
Yeah, but JJ, I'm just not sure about his tackling. He might have played in a 6 against Bayern, but that was in the German league.
No, but the tackling, I still don't think it's that bad. I think he's winning balls.
Yeah, I tell you why his tackling's bad, because in this league, if you tackle from the wrong side or you tackle from behind, 9 times out of 10 you're going to give away the foul. And Thiago's tackles, I think, are very clever from the other side or from behind. But in this league, you get given fouls against you. You get them against you.
And that's what you want the midfielder to do, to break up the play when they're countered.
No, yeah, in right areas, you can do that in their half, maybe in the middle of the pitch. But if he's in a 6, he's usually going to be in and around that corridor in between, like the midfield and the defense, and he could be giving away free kicks in key positions.
I think Thiago's responsible, and I put him in the 6.
Well, like I said, it's what I've seen so far. Of him. His tackling's not been the greatest. Do you know what I mean? He was even likened to Paul Scholes, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just people watching him in the game. You got to go on what you're seeing there and then, JJ. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what you think he's capable of and what he's actually doing, 2 different things. But you try to your opinion. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I could put Thiago in a 6. I'd put him in 8. I'd put him at the tip of the diamond, if I'm honest. That for me, in a City game, if Mane's not fit, I think you've got to do that. Play a diamond again. And it's difficult, man, because who plays on the... Yeah, I think you play a diamond and you play Henderson, you play Henderson at the base, you play Wijnaldum.
We just do what you done against West Ham.
Well, he's played Ronaldo and Milner.
If you've got no players fit,
Like
you play Ronaldo holding Thiago and Milner either side.
But I just feel like you lose what Thiago gives if you're playing him wide of a diamond.
That's true.
I'm trying to fit him in at the tip, but obviously having the energy at the wide. I don't want to see Jones wide because I feel like he's too attacking. So it's got to be Milner.
Do you know what it is, Slim? I think, and I hope Klopp's not doing this, but we have to be careful that we do not build our team around Thiago already. Do you know what I mean? And think about how to get the best out of this chap, because he's only human. He's just turned up and he got battered by Richarlison. Do you know what I mean? He has to get used to the league, blah, blah, blah. It's just basic common sense. Do you know what I mean? So we can't base it around him. We have to base it on what's best for the team.
I don't think we're basing the team around him. I think we're basing the midfield around him.
Well, exactly, whatever, then, even midfield. So,
but I think you have to base the midfield around him because he's one of the best midfielders in the world. So if you bring in someone in, you're going to base him around him. It's like if you're De Bruyne, you're going to base your midfield on Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, that's fair. But we were the best team in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was just the ice.
Yeah, but I think JJ's right, and I think there's got to be some evolution in our team. And as good as our team was for the last 3 seasons, it's got to evolve. I mean, look, all intents and purposes, it's like we're losing Ronaldo. So we can't talk about, like, we brought in, like JJ said, we brought in what arguably the best midfielder in the world. To not base your team around him and his talents, kind of criminal, really.
It's not criminal. It's not criminal because if you look at what he's happened so far, we're not winning many games. Do you know what I mean? I'm not blaming him, but I'm saying
why bring in the best midfielder to say, you know what, slot into the team ethic?
Yeah, because he's good enough to play. He can play. I mean, he played against West Ham, and I thought he had a good game. He was playing.
No, I know, but why wouldn't you get the best out of him? Why wouldn't you get the best out of him?
Okay, look. So if you can get an 8 out of 10 performance out of Thiago, and your team is 9 out of 10, when you do that, rather than get a 10 out of 10 out of Thiago, and possibly your team be 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but if Thiago being 10 out of 10, your team's not going to be 6 out of 10. They're usually going to be 8 or 9.
That's not
he's
true.
The best midfielder in the world. That's what he does.
No, but you're just talking about what's on paper. You have to be realistic because he just turned up to the country.
If the best player in the world plays a 10 out of 10, there's a reason why they're the best in the world, because usually the team will go win. That's why they're labeled the best.
Yeah, but but he's playing with Origi sometimes, for example. He's not scoring the goals himself. He's a creator. Do you know what I mean? He's not Messi.
No, Paul, I'm vetoing that. That was a low blow. That was a low blow.
I'm just talking about he's in the team.
Hold on, the young man has a point, and I agree with him.
I agree as well.
If Thiago's playing 10 out of 10, the team might be playing 6 out of 10, but he's a 10 out of 10. He's going to make something happen, and we would likely win the game. So,
well, that hasn't happened though, because Thiago's played well.
Okay, but he hasn't. I don't feel like Thiago has fulfilled his potential. Fulfilled what he's capable of doing yet.
Back up what you're saying. Where do you want to play him to get the 10 out of 10, boys?
JJ feels it's in the 6. You feel it's in the 6, don't you, JJ?
I feel like next year when we do, it's going to be Thiago and Fabinho both at the 6.
All right, so let's go facts. Thiago played 6 against Southampton. What was the score?
Wow. Why you gotta be like that, Paul?
No. Because I'm trying to show that I'm just using facts.
Okay, we lost the game. What was it? Was it 2-0, 1-0, 2-0? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I blocked that.
And that's not a distance. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, Thiago's just turned up. I am Thiago mad. I love Thiago.
Okay, but he played at the 6 and we lost. I don't think that's a basis for your argument. You just said minutes before that Thiago, get up to speed. No. You just said
you want to win.
Okay, but you just said he has to get up to speed. Blah 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 blah. So this season is his up to speed season, yeah?
Yeah. So put him somewhere where it's not too dangerous. Putting him in a 6 at the moment is a liability.
I agree with you on that. I think he should play in the 8.
From Thiago playing in the 6, it came from a free kick.
No, we know that. Yeah, that's true.
No, but he was getting rushed that day.
But look, I agree with you in the sense of don't play him in the 6. I don't think he needs to play in the 6 right now. I think the 8's the best position for him. But if overall his best position is the 6, then we have to ultimately build around that and put him in that.
Yes, ultimately, I agree.
Eventually,
100%.
That's what he wanted to do.
But there's a possibility of us going to 4-2-3-1 next season based on Thiago.
But who plays in the 3 and who plays in the 1?
The one,
Haaland.
Probably Salah.
Or
No,
Mbappe.
Mbappe. Yeah, I'm taking that Mbappe.
Yeah.
Instantly, the fact you say Salah in the 1 is a no for me.
Haaland off the bench.
I feel like next year we will bring the top striker. So I feel like we'll be able to play someone in that 1.
Go on, Sam. What are you telling me?
Do you remember when Klopp did it I think it was to bring Salah back into form? When he scored that goal against Southampton, halfway down, he dribbled away. We were playing 4-2-3-1 at that point. Yeah. Salah was the 1. I think obviously that was because he was the absolute main guy, and we were just trying to get him back into the goals. But I do feel like we might move towards a 4-2-3-1 if we do get a main serious striker next season.
I think Klopp was stunned.
Having those two there would be pretty impregnable. I mean, Fabinho and Thiago that's crazy.
But this is what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Klopp are not telling us what the hell is going on. If Fabinho is ready for Sunday, why not do that for Sunday?
I don't think we have the striker yet.
Put Origi up there. Put Origi up there for now. No. I know. But you play Origi in the 1
against Man City. I think we should try stuff against
Yeah, but we got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose against Man City. The league's done, in my opinion. If you play Man City and you lose 3-4-0, what difference does that make? I'd rather lose 3-4-0 having a go than lose 3-4-0 when we're sitting back getting battered.
Oh, we ain't gonna sit back and get battered.
No, I know that, but I'm just for want of a better analogy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Trying to ting.
Yeah, trying to ting.
Mate, it's all about Mane, isn't it? I mean, that's what I'm saying. We forget about it, but it's all about Mane. If Mane's there, we can play our normal system, and we could be Liverpool. If he's not there, I'm looking to Klopp to do what he does and just. It's not easy. So he's not been perfect, and he can't be perfect. Today we played Shaqiri left wing.
Yeah, I don't want to see that anymore. Listen, boys, because of the technical difficulties, man, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm not quite sure we're going to get the full visual effect from today's pod, so I don't want to carry it on anymore. I'm going to just wrap it up, keep it short and sweet. Very disappointing result today. Just when we got our mojo back against 2 decent teams, yeah, the boys have just let this one slip. And I think, yeah, if you're a United fan, you're rubbing your hands right now because you're saying, okay, that's them out of the race. And it's like a 2-horse race. And I just, yeah.
Don't forget your stepdad.
Yeah, that's unthinkable. Yeah. But listen, we're Liverpool. We've been through tougher times. Like the motto says, you never walk alone. So through good and bad, Liverpool till I die. All of that talk. Let's see what Sunday brings. All right, boys, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, Engineer Sam, do your best to sort out the dramas. Professor Paul,
listen to it on Spotify, guys.
Yeah, that's the shout right there, man.
All right, JJ, once again, man, you're electric, man. Make sure you're back, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying. Yeah? Guys, your boy Slim as always, man. Till the next time.